Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, it's so big. Look at her. I'm gonna have fun in that. Can't wait to dive in that. It's gonna be the best day of my life.
What's up, you guys? In this video, we're going to be talking about Litecoin. The price of all cryptocurrencies across the board are dipping. I want to talk about that. That's really the only topic we can talk about right now in terms of price. If you guys have been watching, you personally know I've been waiting and hoping for something like this for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months, really since April of 2019. Ever since that original breakout, I've kind of been expecting it, but hoping for it. This is really not the pullback I expected. I thought, and many people thought throughout the last few months that it would be a lot more drastic, and maybe it will be. There's still plenty of time potentially. Personally, I think this is such a bullish environment that it'll probably just keep going up somehow. Say we break 10.5, 10.4, there is a substantial or a decent amount of possibility the price is going to keep going down. So I want to talk mainly about Litecoin in this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. As well, I've been talking about this on Twitter and I mentioned it a video or two ago. I'm going to be doing a different format of live interview. Hopefully going to be out either this weekend or maybe the middle of next week, where I'm going to basically talk to somebody that I know who does not like cryptocurrency, has no interest at all in it. And so I think that'll make for a pretty interesting discussion. Before we really jump into the topics of this video, I want to expand a little bit on that. And that is really, I think all of us have people in our lives who don't, well, most people in our lives actually, who don't really understand or care to understand or want to know anything about cryptocurrency. I know it's just not myself that deals with this problem. I know I've watched many people who kind of talk about the same topic. I've read about this countless times. People that are involved in the crypto space, for the most part, most people around them are not very interested. Out of my core friend group of about like 6 to 7 people, I think 2 or 3 of them had been invested at one point. I think only one of them is currently invested still. My point is, everybody in the crypto space kind of deals with that topic of people they know either not being interested or ridiculing them, calling it magic internet money, which it really is. But I think it's something we all relate to. But I think that group of people who are not interested is getting smaller and smaller, and people are just becoming interested. So it should be interesting to talk to somebody who is just completely uninterested in the topic. And funny enough, this person who I'm going to be talking to is actually fairly knowledgeable. They kind of understand cryptocurrency for the most part. They're around me a lot of the time, so I obviously can't keep my mouth shut, and I continuously say things that, you know, some of my friends have become interested in. However, this person just completely not interested. And again, I think that should be an interesting conversation. And I think a lot of you will relate to the conversation and relate to the points that this person may or may not bring up. We haven't filmed it yet, so I don't know exactly how the person is going to approach the topic. Jumping over to Litecoin. So this channel that I've had drawn for really about 2 or 3 months at this point, this is one of the times that we are breaking out of it. We're currently kind of on the edge here. If we zoom in, we can get a much better picture. We're actually sitting right on top of the 50-day moving average, perfectly on top of this actually. Zoom in more, you can just see how close it is. Clearly right on there. Litecoin wicked all the way down to about 109 US dollars. From reading some of the comments on Twitter, and especially on the cryptocurrency Reddit, there's a lot of people who are, I guess, surprised by this move. I want to say a few things, again, before we really look too much at the price or anything like that. When you have a cryptocurrency or anything, when you have something that goes up insanely fast, you have to expect that it will come down or that it could come down insanely fast as well. The pullback that we've experienced last night and into today is really absolutely nothing. This is not really a pullback at all. You can say that's ridiculous. It's about a $2,000 depreciation in the price, but we are still, I think it's like 40% or so. We are still, let me just measure it. What are we at right now? About 30% from the 50-day moving average. Yesterday, we were all the way at 63% above the moving average. So guys, we need a pullback. Now, is this it and we're going to continue higher? I really hope not. We could pull one of these moves like we saw back in May of this year. We see this huge candle So we really have to wait for the close to see how much strength this downward move has. But we see this huge wick, and then the candle kind of closed above 7,000, wicked all the way down to right about 6,000, and then continued up. So are we going to see another one of those and then continued upside? It's very possible, just because this market is so bullish right now, even after the last day or two. We can't throw out the macro trend of the last few months just because we have a negative 20% day. But that's for Bitcoin. What I want to take a look at is Litecoin, and a lot of people are curious. With the halving only about a month away now, on around August 6th. Is there still more room for Litecoin to pump? So first, if we want to look on the Litecoin Bitcoin pair and switch to the 4 hour, you can see a very clear bounce right around about what is this 0.96, so below 1% of a Bitcoin. Less than 1% of Bitcoin Litecoin is currently, or was currently, trading. Now Litecoin is trading right about a little over 1% of a Bitcoin. You can see that clear bounce there. It struggled there for multiple hours, actually a few days right there, and then bounced up. You can see that's clear resistance as well, right where that's at. But if we take a zoom back out and we look at the daily, it does look like a pretty big area of support and resistance right there, I guess, of confluence of these prices in the past. If Bitcoin continues to go down, Litecoin could maintain or even rise above this, but still go down, but rise in terms of its Litecoin Bitcoin pairing there. In the past, we've seen 30% retracements from the highs. So 30% retracement, where would that put us? Right around $100. It's also a big psychological support. It's a big number right there. So would we possibly see a $100 Litecoin in the near future? If we're going to see it, it would probably be soon, just because these movements are usually very jam-packed in a small amount of time. Obviously, as you saw over the last 2 days, a lot of price action up, a lot of price action down. You see kind of building momentum, slow, small candle, and then it kind of gets explosive all at once, right? We mainly see sideways action and then huge pops, especially in this last 6-month Bitcoin market here. We see consolidation, price increase up, sideways, price increase up, even back here, sideways, price increase up. Granted, that was out of that very long ascending triangle there. $100 Litecoin, I think it's a really key even number there, but a lot of people are actually calling for $90, $80, $70 Litecoin. Guys, the point of me making these videos, though, really is not to try to guess the exact targets every single day of where the price is going. I think, I try to give a kind of general, basic understanding of probably, where I think it could go. But for the most part, I try to do two things: promote interest and discussion, and I guess bring, I don't want to say a reality check, but I guess just give my opinion on the market. And what I mean by that too, so many people are excited about this market. So many people get into Bitcoin, get into cryptocurrency, buy, and then so many people wish that they could get in at lower prices. And it seems as if every time the price goes the opposite way, when it goes down, some people want to jump ship. Some people say Bitcoin down to 7,000, Bitcoin down to 6,000, maybe. But again, guys, this should be exciting. We spend all this time getting really excited when the price goes up and pretty much FOMOing into positions, or many people do. However, I will argue that I think a lot of people don't do that as much. The people that have been here longer, I think, are doing that less and less, which is good. I see comments on that. I saw plenty of comments, people saying they sold at 13K and already bought back in. Some people sold at 13K and are just waiting to buy back in. My point is, this, again, potentially is one of those opportunities. I guess I will tell you my personal opinion. I still think we haven't seen a full retracement, obviously. A full one would be anywhere between 30 to like 50%, and we haven't seen that. If we look on Litecoin, we've only seen about a 20% retracement, and which is still pretty significant. 146 down to about 110. If we just measure from kind of the top there, actually, to the bottom of that wick, so about 23%, and we're not even 23% down now. Let's do a 40 to 50% retracement, all the way down, $70, anywhere from 70 to 90 US dollars. If that would happen, how many of you would be panicking? How many of you would be upset? Maybe some of you, especially if it happened very quickly. If Litecoin hit $90, I would be going bananas. If it went to $70, I would be going bananas as well. Many of you know that I've been kind of waiting to try and get to a better buy-in price. So when I see things like this, it makes me very happy, because long term, and I'm not even talking a year from now, I'm saying within 3 to 6 months, this market could be absolutely insane in terms of the prices, so much higher than they are now. So if I have the opportunity within the next month, maybe next 2 or 3 months, to accumulate at prices kind of where we are now, or maybe even another 20% or so lower than what they are now, I would absolutely love that, and I would much prefer that to a $200 Litecoin today. $200 Litecoin today would be pretty cool, not gonna lie. But I would personally prefer, and I've said this over the last few videos, I'd personally prefer if we did go down to $80, $90, so I could pick up Litecoin for less. Because again, I think this thing's gonna pop off very soon, and when I mean that, or when I say that, I mean within the next 3 to 6 plus months. And so yeah, why would you not want to get as much as possible? That's just my opinion. The thing is, I know many of you agree, so I don't really need to go into more detail about that. So really, we really have to wait for this close, I think. We can look on the 4-hour as well. We can see those candles are clearly closing lower and lower, so you see a trend there. And as well, we have to look on the daily and try and get a better idea, even on the 2-day as well. But for shorter time frames, you definitely want to look on the 4-hour, 1-hour, and check out the daily. But we see this obvious staircase pattern on the 1 hour, 4 hours, just a clear downtrend there. So I do think we're going to continue to go down. I hope we continue to go down. If we don't, and we just continue to rise like we've been over the past 3 months, that's great too. And a lot of you are going to be happy. But I think a lot of you will also be happy if we get more opportunities to accumulate at these prices. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow me on Twitter, get ready for the interviews, and I'll be back in the next video.